In a world that is quick to judge and even quick to abandon, sometimes all it takes is one person to believe in the truth. This is the story of Diep, a woman wrongly accused, brutally shunned and left alone, and James, the man who risks everything to clear her name. It all started at dawn, with a scream. Diep, tired and exhausted from days of wandering, found temporary shelter in a makeshift roadside tent. Her fragile moment of peace was shattered when her ex-husband Pal and his mother burst in, faces twisted in anger, words vitriolic. They accused her of stealing the family's land ownership papers and pawning them to borrow money. It was the same old story, retold with more malice. Pal, drunk and aggressive, repeated the lies, while his mother beat him up. No explanation, no room for truth. Diep sobbed, trying to reason with them. It wasn't me, it could have been Linda, but they didn't care. She was a scapegoat, and they were desperate for someone to blame. Her tent was torn to shreds. Her dignity was destroyed. Alone, bloodied and bruised, she fled through the alleys, clutching what was left of her, and disappeared into the dust. Elsewhere, James can't sleep. Diep's tear-stained face haunts him. He saw something in her that others didn't. Pain, yes, but also sincerity. And something else, a quiet resilience. Unwilling to let injustice continue, James is determined to expose the truth. He weaves his way into the city's shadows, tapping into underworld connections, the secretive gossips who can access information hidden from the public. I don't just want to know who stole the title, he says sternly. I want to know why. Who profited? Who planned it? Led by the underworld with silent nods, James is led to a remote pawnshop. Under pressure, the shopkeeper reluctantly takes back the title to the Red Land. James looked closely. Pal's signature was there, but there was also a photo that turned everything upside down. Linda, Pal's second wife, holding the papers. The culprit was not Diep, but Linda. With the evidence incontrovertible, James rushed to the police. Linda had not only stolen the papers and pawned them for cash, but had also fabricated a pregnancy to manipulate Pal's family, while also concealing an affair with another man. The police immediately reopened the case, promising to restore Diep's rights, but by the time James returned to her tent, it was too late. The shelter was gone, razed and abandoned, just like the life Diep had been forced to leave behind. Homeless and penniless, Diep disappeared into the woods. She lived on roots and wild fruits, huddled around a fire made of dry branches, her stomach growling, her heart even emptier. Yet something still flickered inside her, a small but stubborn will to survive. By chance, she came across a roadside produce collection point that was recruiting day laborers. Hungry but determined, she turned in her application. At that moment, fate played its cruelest joke. James dropped by for a surprise check-in. But they didn't see each other. She turned away. His visit was brief, and they remained strangers, still separated by time and tragedy. Back at the police station, the investigation was swift. Linda's scam was exposed. The land was recovered. The pregnancy was a lie. The affair was real. And the Pal family, who had been sure of Yes' guilt, stood dumbfounded. They not only falsely accused her, but also rudely kicked her out into the street. Their remorse was too late. They searched for her in vain. Meanwhile, Yi used her daily wages to buy some food and spent the night by the calm stream under the stars, loneliness clinging to her like a cold. A new beginning, quietly offered. Still exhausted, still weak, Yi continued. One morning, she saw a recruitment notice at a lumber company and drifted into a nearby stream, hoping to look presentable despite having nothing in her hands. Inside the company, eyes scanned her haggard appearance. Uneducated and unfit for hard labor, she was rejected, until James saw her. Without revealing his identity, he called out quietly. "Hire her," he ordered. She was hired for simple manual labor, just enough to earn a living and regain her dignity. Diep did not know who had helped her, only that she could breathe again, and behind her, James watched her walk away silently, still unaware that the man who had saved her was standing just a few steps away.